and Madison and everyone else. Over back to you, Angus. Thanks,
I
guys.
just have to. I love that. That's me in the late '80s. That comment made me laugh. Gracious, that's funny. Yeah, but I'd love to get started here. So today I want to talk about probably my favorite thing that I like to do with AI, which is learn. Right? It's accelerates learning and figuring things out, and it will adapt to your learning style, and it just accelerates for me, at least personally, who's very hands-on. I have a very specific learning style. I'm not somebody that likes to sit in classrooms. I'm not somebody that likes to go through these like long packets and read lots of things. I like to be engaged. I like to learn in a way that is engaging and works with me. And so AI has been probably the biggest thing for my personal learning thing. So I just want to share that with you and all the ways that I've used AI to learn really quickly, because you can learn some really incredible things and get really good at a subject or a skill very quickly if you know how to use AI effectively in it. So I'll share my screen with as people are hopping in here. So to start off, I want to kind of go through and we're going to kind of use some interesting new little tools that I want to kind of show you about. But I want to start off with asking, like, is there anything specific? Anybody have any ideas for what we want to focus on learning today? Like, do we want to learn a new skill? Do we want to learn how to, I don't know, code a website? Do we want to learn how to write a song with AI? Like, we could learn how to create some sort of song. We could learn. Anybody in the chat want to, like, what do we want to learn today? I'm trying to figure out how to get my Zoom comments chat open. There we go. I figured it out.
One thing we are doing, Gracious wants to learn a song. I see a website, coding websites.
Nice.
And one thing that we're working on the next few days or next few months or weeks with TDA is creating projects. So being able to scope projects and create a proposal, and also find out information to see the feasibility of a project, and sort of like just working with how to, take an idea from an idea to having a website and having a proposal. And so anything like that, grant proposals.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Grant proposal, coded website. We have 2 for website. We have 3 for website, actually. So it looks like we can create and we can do this in a way, like, as you said, Justin, create kind of a project outline for it. But let's say, none of us has any ability coding website. Let's say for this example, I really don't. So we can kind of start from the beginning here, figuring out how to do this. And I'll go through some different strategies we could use. And certain strategies won't really like apply to this specific project, because it's, it's more built for, certain things are more for, we have a bunch of more grant proposal, create graphics. So far, website's still winning with 3. Let's kind of start here with first. So there's a few tools I want to introduce, is Perplexity and Notebook LM. Both of these are free to use. And there's a few other like research type of tools, but these are 2 of my favorites that I like to use the best, really. And so really, with both of these tools, you're going to be talking to it like a human, except they're both going to be very good at bringing in resources and bringing in types of different things. So let's start with Perplexity. Similar to how we did last time, we want to prompt it as a role. So what kind of role would we do? It would probably be act as a coding expert. Oh, nice, Gracious. I use Notebook LM. Yes, Notebook LM is pretty fantastic. So I'm going to say act as a coding mentor. I want to use AI to figure out how to code a website in the easiest way possible. You want to give it context about who are they talking to. I'm a total beginner, right? Because the AI has no idea. It has no context on who you are. So you want it to curate for you. And one thing I like to say is, can you hold my hand through the process? And then I would say, where do I start? All right. And so with Perplexity, a few things I want to go over. There's 2 tabs. Perplexity changes its its interface all the time, but there's two main things. There's search and there's research. Search is just quick things that you want to like get some basic information and start talking with it. And research, if you like have a detailed thing you want lots of detailed information on, you probably want to use research. For this case, what do you think we should use here? Probably, my opinion, I think we should use search, right? Because it's just super quick. We're just trying to get this conversation going. A few other things, you want to select the model, which is like the AI model, which I might talk about, and also the search here. We could search web, academic, or social. Web is great for most things. Academic is going to be really good if you're talking about something that is required, like a detailed research, which is not what we are doing. Like if you want to research some sort of academic, this is really great. And it gives you access to, because I don't like reading long academic papers. So come in here, flip this on, it'll summarize them for you and give you really accurate information. And social is really great if you want opinions. We're going to work on web. Social, if we were going to search for, what is the best ability, like what is the best platform for doing AI coding, but we might get there, but that's an opinion. So we're going to kind of start this. And I'm going to go into Notebook LM and I'm going to actually create a new project. And Notebook LM isn't actually, believe it or not, something I use a ton. It's something I'm getting into more. So I'm going to start with, please do a bunch of research for me around let's see what I want to say, around top coding AI tools or total beginners. And it's going to basically search the web and start bringing in a few resources in here. And so that's good. No coding, AI website builders, Wix, Hostinger, WebWave. These are all pretty good. And then you could kind of start to ask follow-up questions. Learn to code with AI as your mentor. Set it up. It's starting to give you kind of small things. What is a great resource for somebody that wants a super easy AI agent, something that will do most of the work for me? Because we're lazy. We don't really want to do a lot of this. I'm actually going to switch the model to something else. One thing I would talk about is difference between reasoning models and non-reasoning models. Reasoning models think a little bit. Basically what it is it's this same thing, but it will essentially, in its head, it will kind of think. And it's kind of the best way to describe it. It will essentially just go over and like kind of talk to itself before it outputs anything. I like 2.5 Pro. That's kind of my favorite. So I'm just going to output that. Did it go? Not too sure it is. Could you please give me the best recommendations for AI coding tools that are agentic and do most of the work for me, such as, I'm going to give it a few options because there's one I want to show you. Bolt.new, Cursor, etc. These are just, I'm just going to give it a few things. Uh-oh, my page might be frozen. All right, there we go. I'm just going to do it. All right, so now it looks like Message LM has brought a whole bunch of different things in. I'm going to do is discover, could you please bring in some information around the top AI coding websites and tools that will help me code in an agentic way and do most of the work for me. Pro tip, if you want AI to be like, the term is agentic, if you want it to like act as a human and do things for you, I would tell it that, right? Such as Bolt new Cursor. And maybe in this, I get to show you some cool things. So, we are discovering sources. It's going to go through. And right now, okay, it gave us some top agentic coding tools. So, we can kind of get back into this here. And I might even kind of forget the slides and just will go through this myself. But there's a whole variety of different things which we can get to. But really what we are doing right now is called multi-turn threading. It is, we're starting with a broad question. And as it goes on, we go like, okay, so now I know that there are these tools. What tools do they do? What do they do? And now we can ask it follow-up questions for each of these, Cursor. And I'm lazy. I don't really want to read all of this. What is the easiest version of this for a complete beginner? Which one do you recommend? And now here's a great option for using. Ooh, I don't think I can change it to. We could change it to social here, but I don't think the thing is going to pop up. So let's see what it does. All right, what do we want to make this website about? Please increase on your words. I could do that. What do we want this website to be about? If you guys want to put in the chat, like what is this website for? Is it another Safe Place International website? Is it going to be a personal portfolio for photography, maybe about memes? Yes, I'm down for memes. Yes, so I'm so sorry. I speak very quickly. You're 100% correct. A project to feed people. Yes. Maybe we can combine that with the memes. Project, what's something there interesting? No setup required. Bolt.new. See, it's giving us the best option is bolt.new. And now we can talk with here we go, Notebook LM. It's loading in its sources. See if there's any other suggestions. Our top suggestions were memes and a project to feed people. So we could ask it, let's ask Notebook LM its opinion. Based on these two options, what do you think would be the easiest one to create quickly? And then I'm going to say a website that is a marketing website for a project that feeds people internationally. A website that displays memes about various things. A combination of both. And so now we could kind of, we could actually start talking about Socratic questioning. We can have it ask us questions so we kind of better understand what is going on here. So at first, I'm also going to ask, have it role play. Act as a coding mentor and expert on coding applications. And then I could say, please ask me some follow-up questions about this so you can better understand what I mean, and then you can use your sources to determine what would be the easiest solution. So let's have it do its thing. And we could give the same thing to Perplexity as a coding mentor. All right, so it has some marketing website. What kind of information? I'm just going to speak into it. It would mainly be images. There will probably be some interactive elements like donation buttons, and I want it to be beautifully designed. Is there anything else we want to put on this website or the memes website? Where would the memes come from? The memes would be uploaded by users, maybe. And it would be a place for people to search and discover new interesting memes. I'm not too sure how they would be combined. Please give me some ideas. One thing that I find with AI is it is going to give you average ideas because AI is trained on a bunch of different information. And so it is always going to give you the average of all that information. So one thing you always have to do is prompt it, give me non-average results, focus on unique and creative ideas. All right, so now it's doing its thing. And now let's pull up bolt.new, right? It gave us this suggestion for bolt.new to quickly create a website, right? And you are kind of the conduit of the AI. You can have AI at this point. You don't know anything about bolt.new. You don't know anything about how to code, but you can have it make the decisions here. So let's see. Cool. I have no idea what to do. I am currently on the bolt.new homepage. And then I'm actually going to screenshot the homepage because, I don't know what to click, right? And I'm going to pull this screenshot into here. Check out the screenshot. What do I click to get started? Should I just start in the code box? Yeah, some questions here in the chat. Do you have to sign in your email account every time you use AI tools? Most of these require an email to sign up. How do you take AI with you to? I can get to that section. Every time you use AI tools, bolt.new, I'm not too sure. Maybe it'll let us use it without putting our email in. I'm not too sure, but most of them do. How do you take AI with you to a site? Justin, would you mind expanding on what you mean by that?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'd love that you were going to the Bolt.new site and you were interfacing with AI, and I'm wondering, is there a way that AI, your AI entity or your AI platform can go with you and actually automate the operation of a site? Or like a broader question would be, if you're asking AI to design a flyer, can AI work with Canva or another application and basically operate that platform or that application as a person would?
There are websites that will allow you to do something similar. There's one called Manus, Manus.ai. You could check out. There's a few others that will do similar things. Great question. For now, a lot of what I like to do is imagine you are kind of the boots on the ground for the AI. In the AI, since we have no idea what we're doing here, the AI can kind of make the decision, and you are going to be the one that's clicking around. And that's also the easiest way to learn, because what I find is these agentic ones, you can have it do the work for you, but when it's doing the work for you, you're not learning how to do that thing. And right now we're you at least whenever I find out that an AI can just completely do the thing, I can just sit back and relax, do something else, right? And just have it do it for me, and I won't learn in that sense. So start directly in the main box. How can Bolt help you today? Describe a website. Okay, sweet. So now let's take this information into here. And then I'm going to go, I am on the Bolt.new homepage. Here is some information, some research about Bolt.new and what to do next. And then one thing I can do is paste in this. Could you please write the first prompt to put into Bolt.new so that I can start making this website? All right. So now it's thinking it's going to write me a prompt. Yeah, let's look at what it does. Memes with a mission. Donate for a meme. This is a great idea. Create sections on the marketing website showcasing lighthearted, relatable memes of running an international feeding project. That's funny. It's like
That is
memes
kind of
for people
brilliant that
yeah.
like our community members could offer artwork, from throughout the community, and that artwork or those stories or those poems, people could donate to
Yeah, that's
projects
a good
or donate to
idea.
them. That's like amazing. That's like really cool.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'm going to be more specific to it. I would actually like the website to be a place where users can host their own artwork and memes, and all of the profits, or part of the profits, go to feeding people internationally, or making sure these people are fed. It's kind of like a place where people around the world can host their art and then sell their digital art online. Please act. Here's another great place of when I talked about role-based prompting. Ooh. Act as an expert in Bolt.new and write a first prompt to Bolt.new to build out this landing page. See how we're doing small things where we go back from role-based, we go to Socratic questioning, where we say, hey, ask me questions about this so I can kind of figure it out and deeper, and then we kind of go in step by step. This is kind of a little bit about what that is. There's a few other things and strategies we can get into, but really it's going to be a lot of, you're an expert, ask me questions so I can get you some more context. And so then this can make some better decisions, and we can kind of work through this quickly. Here we go. Check this out. There we go. It gave us a little bit of a thing. And watch it. Ooh, we got to log in here. I'm just going to log in here. I hope it doesn't make me, I think Bolt.new has a free trial. Okay, it does. And then it'll start thinking, it'll start coding, and I haven't really used this application much. I just heard this was the easiest one to use. So, and it will kind of do its thing. This is a great example, Justin, of something agentic, something that'll do it for you. See how it's kind of coding it all for me. It's really interesting, in my opinion. And it's making up fake people such as Alex Rivera, Jamie Chen. It's pretty interesting. Oh, build a landing page. Uh-oh, network error. We can check back in a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of how it all works. And you can get into smaller other things and say that you are, you know, you want to be tested. At least some people have a great, you know, have a lot of success with tests and quizzing. So you can, there's so many other things like you could go into. This is probably a place for NotebookLM. Could you please write a quick quiz around using these AI coding tools for me to test myself? You know, you could go in here, and here's another thing of NotebookLM I think is really interesting. You can create a podcast. Oh, I see some questions in the chat. I'm going to answer them in a second. Create a podcast between two people, and it will AI generate a podcast. If you like listening to podcasts, it will be super helpful. All right, I'm going to get to the questions in the chat. My personal project about liquid soap making. This will help me to create a job opportunity to my clients who are jobless and stigmatized of being jobless to be helped with HIV. This can help me to help themselves in making money for their food, making themselves all of the time at work. That's great. That is Natweta. That's really beautiful. I think creating a free website like this can definitely be super helpful here. Speaking of which, it's being a little bit low. Mercy, do you need to know a little bit about software development to create a website? You really don't. I don't know really anything about software development, and because as you can see, it is doing everything for me. All I have to know is how to communicate with in basic English or basic. You can communicate it with any language really, and it will do what it needs to do. And I want it for the website. It's genius. Yes, do it. Try it. Can I use AI to create websites? Yeah, absolutely. That's what why I chose to start up that liquid soap making process. It's cheap and marketable. It's easy to get customers. Yes, absolutely. Where are you, Natweta, where are you marketing your liquid soap project? Are you marketing it online or? Moses, I see. How can I use AI to promote my music? There are plenty of ways, and I'm somebody that has a bit of I was you know, I love to create music when I was especially when I had it was a whole part of my whole life. So marketing music is is very difficult, and there are plenty of ways. Some ideas off the top of my head is you can, I don't know, maybe we can ask AI. I can go to AI and I can say, this is actually a great way to use social. Let's go to social. Because social has some people have a lot of great opinions, especially on Reddit, in my opinion. I'm somebody that loves Reddit. There's a lot of terrible opinions there too, but can you please increase the size of your presentation fonts? Yes, I can totally do that in the future. I don't know if I can quickly do that now. Maybe I can go like this. There we go. Check that out. I think that's good enough. What are some of the top opinions on ways to use AI to market music and to get more people to pay attention to my music? And it's going to basically look at people's opinions on Reddit and specialized opinions. Increase the size of your presentation fonts. Oh yeah, I just did that. Music, I'm looking at all the others. That's what, Eddie, I would be curious to know how you are marketing it on. Voice is down. Oh no, can you guys hear me? Oh, is your voice down? I see what you're saying. All right, cool. AI tools can help identify potential fan bases. HyperEdit leverage AI to automate advertising campaigns, such as HypeEdit. This is a great way to discover what's HypeEdit, right? Interesting, right? This is what people recommend. Launch highly effective music campaigns instantly. Never heard of this. This is really interesting. You know, you could, and we could kind of go right now, say I have 2 hours of my time. What is the #1 highest leverage activity that I can do that uses AI to create something that will get more listeners of my music? Let's check on the Bolt new website whether it does it. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is a great start. I mean, it didn't build out a lot of it, but see how cool this is? Like I would never be able to make something that looks this good. Join our creative, get early access. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to change this website a little bit. How do we want to change it? Do we like it? Do we want to make it how else do we, any ideas of how
Wow,
things we want to add to the
this
website?
is like a breakthrough happening in real time because nobody's ever, kind of thought of having donors also donate their visual art and their virtual images as a fundraiser that people
Oh
could
yeah.
do. This is like huge breakthrough, and especially for community members to put their writing or their poetry on and have people donate and contribute to that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty incredible. All right, so I see some things that we can put a few artworks. Yes. Could you please add some artwork to the homepage showing the members of this ArtShare collection, their artwork abilities? Let's see what else it could do. All right, let's go back here, top music. So it decided generating short-term video content for your existing use. And it says AI video generators, like this is a whole other class, is AI video, which I actually don't know much about, but that's great. We can go check this out. And see what, Caber.ai has to offer. Oh, interesting. You can basically create AI videos, it looks like. So that's an idea. You could go and you could use some of these tools to create videos, to create artwork, or essentially engaging videos to market your music. So let's see as it does this. And back to here, this is kind of the test. It goes through. If you guys like testing yourself, if you guys like. Oh, I'm sorry, the English is so complicated. Maybe I have a Western accent of sorts. I am trying to do it. It means to do all that, you need to pay a membership fee. For certain things, yes. There are ways you do not have to pay a membership fee. Let's see, for specific Caber.ai, you could kind of go in and say, is there a way I can do this for free? And for example, Bolt.new, we just created all of this for free. I didn't even have an account before this. Let's see, did it add some artwork? I don't know if it did. Oh, featured art, there's a page here. Okay, it added a section, but it didn't do it successfully. So sometimes it will not work as well, but for the fact that we just created this in what, 5 minutes, I think it's pretty cool that it can do that. So yeah, that's and here we kind of ways to get it for free. So there will always be ways for you to get free access to things or use free tools. And that's kind of the beauty, is more companies are offering free access to their tools, especially Google. Google's been very good at giving free access to people. Can I use AI to search for financial assistance? Absolutely. Probably how I would do that is, there's a great way to do this is you want to give it context of who you are. So I'm going to have it discover sources in here. So I don't know, I'm going to say like, I am a young American boy. I don't really know much about finances. And I am looking for the top resources for managing my own finances as a young boy. And then it will do resource, and you can go through. Who own now the website? You do. This is your website. You could totally, one thing you can do with Bolt is you can download it. So now you have the files for that whole website, right? You have all of the code files, and that's yours. That you have complete ownership of this. Bolt.new doesn't have ownership of it. You could take this and upload it into some sort of hosting software that will host it for you. And you could play around with this, and you have complete ownership. They can't take it away from you because you can download it on your computer, right? But yeah, let's see back here, save ways to make money. And then it basically took a bunch of websites that I can do. And one little feature of NotebookLM that I really like is a mind map. I think this is really interesting. There's two things. One, audio overview. We can click it. It will generate a podcast talking about these things But the next thing I really like is mind map. We'll get into it. It all loads. Does anybody have any, in the meantime, while this loads, anybody have any questions around Bolt.new, about using AI to learn in general? And here I added some more prompts around specific role play, Socratic questioning. I can send everybody these slides via email. Grants for community-led projects in Africa require minimum of documentation, micro grants. Is that for like for the website?
That was just sort of an aside. I was just thinking that a lot of people on the call are starting community projects, and they'll be able to apply from some limited funding from SPI, but they'll be really interested to find out about any other sites that provide kind of bar entry for, micro granting for African projects.
That is a good idea. So this is a good place for research. You could go to research. I am looking for sites or organizations that will provide grants. How would you say this, Justin? Provide grants for
community-led projects, grassroots community-led projects, maybe.
Projects. And then, it will take a while, but it's going to do deep research for you. It's going to look everywhere across the web and look for, and this is all free. This Perplexity thing is free. Notebook LM free. Let's do a mind map here. I want to see what the mind map, so I can show you financial literacy mind map. This is one thing I love, engaging ways to learn. And this is one thing. It's the common mistakes, prevention strategies, key concept, practical steps. Let's look at practical steps, right? I want something practical. And then it will open up a few things: tracking spending, creating a budget, all the different things, and we can click on it. But in the meantime, it will give us some practical steps here. Let's say create a budget. And it will guide you through the process of learning these different things. Early learn, understanding income and expenses. Just scroll down and understand all the different parts. I think this is really cool. I'm such a nerd for this, so when I see this, I go, ooh, exciting. Budgeting, saving. Let's go out here. Digital tracking. Miss Knox, this will all be sent in an email, so you'll be able to see everything in the email. Sula, yes, you can. That was actually a lot of how I created this presentation, was with AI. Can you create a presentation with your own content, and AI helps you put it into a presentation? You can. This site, gamma.app, will help you do that. And essentially, I do a bunch of research. I put it into a document, and I write it out. And then I have AI, here, I'll show you. Have AI paste it. I basically paste in all the text, and then it will automatically create a slide for me. That's how I create the slides. So great question, Sula. Yeah, check it out, gamma.app. I don't know much about the others, but yeah, guys, this is kind of the introduction here of different ways to learn. I'm going to send all of these different resources in an email. The beauty of AI, whatever your learning style is, whether you're super dyslexic, whether you're, slightly autistic, whether you have, whether you're a genius, whether you are, don't speak any like English, there are ways that AI can work with you to learn things, and it works with everybody, and it will be able to work with your style, as long as you tell it, hey, I need these type of things. I need you to teach me in this way because I learn in this specific way. And learning how you learn best, that's something only you can figure out, right? But once you communicate that to AI, it will work with you. It will provide that personalized way for you specifically, so you don't have to mold to a system. Because I had a hard time in lots of school, and AI has helped me quite a bit. So yeah, that was kind of the whole presentation. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to go over. I think that was it. I just had some prompts here at the bottom that I'll send afterwards. Any last minute questions? Can you convert this presentation you are in a written format? I can't seem to follow. I absolutely can. What I can do after this is I can write it out. I can put it in like a document, and for everybody to read through this. How do you vet a real AI tool, Sula? There's The best way is to try it. Most AI tools offer free trials, so you can try it the best. But if you want an easy way to vet it, you can. This is taking a while to research, so I'm going to come back to this later. You can go to here. You can go to people's opinions. So turn on social. What are people's opinions on Bolt.new, right? It'll look up, because other people's opinions is probably where it's going to be best, because if it searches the web, it's probably going to see a lot of marketing material. Can you also share that you guide it where research if you're focusing on something specific, or I can share it if you allow me, that you can guide it on where to research. Or I can share it. Yeah, if you wanna share that, that would be awesome. There's certain things that, especially this. Do you wanna, Gigi? Did you want to overview? I think that you.
Okay. Hi guys. I think what I meant is that another thing that we have to pay attention to, for example, let's use Perplex. If you're doing, let's say you are coming up with a whole structure for your organization and you only wanted to narrow its assistance to Botswana, you can literally just say, hi, I need assistance in coming up with the structure of an NGO in Botswana, paying attention to how the Register of Society Act is. Then in that way, it does not get to be way broad. It gives you specific information. Like instead of just randomly Googling, can you give me information on how to set up an NGO? You can narrow it down and even give it directions on like where to research so that it can give you a very specific information that you need. That is
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really smart. That is and this is kind of the basic version of it switching to web, but you could have it go only focus on expert opinions or something like that, and it will try to narrow it down to a very specific resource. That's very good, because there's a lot of bad information on starting an NGO out there, right? There's a lot of bad advice. So there's also a lot of advice. What I find is the AI will go out and it will look at everything and it can't really tell what's marketing material and what's not marketing material. And if it's marketing material, of course, it's going to say, this is the best resource ever. Like, you should try it. And it'll see that and be like, awesome. It looks like this is a great resource. When in reality, they were paid to do it. So prompting it something like avoid obvious marketing material is going to be really, really good, because you never know. If you want to create an NGO and there is some sort of coaching program or software that promises to make it, make your NGO for you, it might pick up on that and think it's a good idea. Via GoDaddy, I have a website via GoDaddy. How can I use AI to improve it? Decrease traffic from Google. SEO, I don't know much about SEO, B-Chip. I think that's like when it comes to increasing your Google and search engine, I actually don't know much about it, but a great way, again, Perplexity. Hello, I have a website hosted on GoDaddy. Can you please walk me through step by step, knowing that I'm a beginner in SEO, how to optimize the website for Google, and it'll give you a great thing. A lot of people will take this question and go to ChatGPT. But the thing is with ChatGPT, its knowledge is outdated by years. And so GoDaddy and SEO, that is something that requires up-to-date knowledge, and why I would bring it to Perplexity. I recently created a music video entirely with AI only, from script writing prompts, image generation, refacing, image enhancing, video generation, watermark removal, and I lastly use CapCut to edit and render. I maneuver through the free stuff and cheats. Nice. Martin, that's so cool. That is so cool. AI video is really, really crazy. But as you can see, Sula, you can kind of, it'll walk you through here, access at SEO tools. One last little thing I wanted to share, I think is really interesting. If you go to this called aistudio.google.com, you go to here, let me see what I forgot how to, if you go to stream, and then one thing you can do is you can share your screen with it, and now you can talk to it. I don't know if you guys can hear this because it's on my headphones, but you can go to a website and be like, hey, what do I click here? Can you see my website? What do I click? Please walk me through how to set this website up. I know you guys can't hear this, but essentially what it is it can see my screen and it's talking at me and how to do this. So the SEO example, oh man, I'm not even sharing my screen. That's my fault. That's my fault. I totally wasn't sharing my screen. This website, AI Studio, I will send this into an email, but you can click this and you can basically share your screen with it and it will walk you through and talk to you in your ear on how to do something. That's another great tool I thought I'd share. All right, I will send all of this in an email too, so you get an understanding. But any last questions here? Let's see.
So helpful, Angus. And I was so excited and motivated from our last class that I found a free kind of basics of AI class, which is also really helping.
Wow.
So just encouraging people to watch YouTube videos and to try all the things that Angus shared with you on the last follow-up email and the things the links that he'll share with you on this one, because really kind of where we all learn is through doing. That's what we know about TDA, is that's why we do acts of kindness. That's why we do all the work that we do in a very practical way. So the more that you can engage with these tools, and I think, Angus is really trying to provide an overview so that you can follow those threads and then come back with specific questions. So whether you're building a funding proposal or working on email or optimizing an existing website or building a website or wanting to learn coding, the sort of plug is really to practice this next week before the next Friday class, and kind of run into problems and then try to solve those problems in the way that Angus has been coaching us through AI and through using ChatGPT and following those threads and just experimenting and having fun with this like massive new world on your own. So, like, really want to encourage that.
Justin's point is spot on. Especially if you learn by doing like I do, then I think that is definitely the way to do it. I'm running a little bit late on time here. I have to hop here soon. So
Angus, thank you so much for diving in with us, being our mentor, and
I love it.
Shepherding us into this whole new world.
I love it. If you guys want to have another AI session, I will in the email I will send. I will maybe give some different options of things that I'm happy to share. Things that have helped me. So maybe I'll have that. If you guys are interested in this and like this, I'm happy. I love doing this. So feel free to provide your take on the email that I will send out. Probably Mercy will help me a little bit like you did last time. I appreciate your help there.
We've been getting a ton of feedback that people are really, really excited about this content.
Awesome.
And
awesome. So happy for it.
75 people are here, on a few hours notice is really evidence of that. So we hope that you'll have time to be with us next Friday, and this
totally. Let's do it.
So valuable.
Let's do it. All right, sounds good, y'all.
Thanks.
All right,
so
guys. Much love.
Everybody.
I will see you guys next Friday.
Love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Bye, Justin.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Angus.
Bye, everyone.
Angus. Thank you so
We
much.
love you.
Love you guys. Let's go play on AI.
Welcome back.
Woo!
Bye, bye.
AI. We're gonna try AI.